Hey, y'all. So, we talked pregame about the defense and outside of one quarter, you guys pretty much locked it down. Had a very good game defensively. What did you like most about the defensive effort today outside of the fourth quarter?
I thought our pick and roll coverage, I thought we were talking a lot, which was helpful for me as a guard, not being able to see behind me. And so I could really hear my teammates tonight.
I know you get up for everything and you treat everything the same, but when you have to have an assignment where you're going against a guard that puts up a lot of numbers and does a lot of different things, what's your approach? Do you get a little bit of hype for?
Yeah.
Don't get hype, but it's a challenge when you
No,
have a
I think it's
challenge.
exciting. I mean, she's good at what she does. She's a dynamic scorer. So for me personally, I just do my best to try to make their life uncomfortable. But I think it's also kind of twofold. You can't just get too hype about one player and you forget that. I mean, their team is good, and I told you kind of earlier, like they've been building chemistry. So as much as you want to put emphasis on one player, you gotta find, I guess, the balance in it.
Steph, I want to ask you about the offense. Lots of assists today, lots of back cuts. What was working so well in that facet of the game? I don't know if it was something that you identified against how they were facing y'all, or if that's what you're always trying to do.
Yeah, I think it was just like our pace. I think when we play our offense with a really good pace and speed, it can catch the guards, especially um, off balance and not really ready. So anytime they're cutting, I'm looking, and I tell them all the time if they cut to look at me because I will pass the ball. So I think that's what we really did well for most of the game until the end, but we were just moving the ball really well.
I want to ask you about Ariel.
Mhm.
She super efficient and put up points, but yeah, but so many little things,
Yeah.
giving that little
Jump ball at the end
yeah,
or the steal, yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. What really kind of catches your eye when she's kind of doing all of those little things outside of scoring?
Just her aggressiveness. I mean, in general, I think she's been doing a really good job of staying consistent. And even when she's not scoring, she's still doing that little stuff. But today, especially, I mean, I think she did a really good job of just being not finishing the plays, being the first one to the ball, like a loose ball. And the end, I mean, she saved it for us. I mean, she made that really tough shot at the end and then got the jump ball. So just huge plays today. And then defensively, she was incredible. So all around, really good game.
Quick and easy to me. Thank you. Beautiful.
Jen. Hey Ariel, hey Steph. For both of you, you talked about the defense today. Just curious, kind of looking big picture, earlier in the season to now, where do you feel like the defense has kind of gelled or improved as of late?
Probably our communication, like A said. I think in the beginning, especially when you're trying to find that chemistry with your teammates, it's also chemistry on defense, like not knowing what each other is going to do. We're just starting to learn everyone's weaknesses, but also what they're really good at on defense, and just kind of talking through it and then listening.
Is the similar thing that you're seeing offensively too? I know early in the season, you guys would talk about, just learning each other's tendencies, what you guys like, and maybe getting easier shots. Do you feel like that's been different, or are there other things that are helping you guys click like you did today?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same thing. Like we're just figuring out what each other's strengths and weaknesses are. I mean, you can kind of see it's kind of constructing it as guards, like us coming down in transition. Like one guard may go through because we want her coming off this side versus this side, or working off this pick with this post. I think we're figuring each other out, but also I think a big thing that Steph said is like we're actually listening to. I think it's kind of like again, it's like twofold. Like we can talk, but we're also listening as well. So I mean, we're figuring it out, each other out.
Well, that's thing for me, just for either of you, Aaliyah, 12.6 boards today. How have you kind of seen her kind of settle in as she gets back from this injury now coming off the bench here?
I think I think she knows her strengths and weaknesses as well. I think we do too. So we're just trying to put everyone in positions to be successful. And I think she does that already naturally. And then her offensive rebounding, defense, everything. She's just been playing, really solid for us.
Thank you both.
Tyler.
Hey, Steph, hey, Ariel, congrats.
I'll direct this at Ariel, but this could be really for any one of you. Obviously, there were moments early on in the season where you guys kind of had those leads in the fourth quarter and things kind of didn't go your guys' way. Today, you guys were able to put it all together and at least just hold on at the end. What's the difference between the team now and what you guys were able to do compared to earlier on?
I mean, to be honest, it's like trial by fire, right? Like you said, like we've been in those situations, and I think after those games, we'll be like, hey, like we're gonna be here again, and we need to figure it out. So I think just our ability to kind of lock into each other, and honestly, down the stretch, I feel like we're making better decisions on both ends of the ball. And I think that's helped us. I mean, as today, we figured out how to close out the game, gave up a lead, but we won. So here we are.
We were able to build the lead.
There it is. Yeah.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Yep. That's it, Kara.
That's it. Thank you both.